Good morning. Nobody cares. Um, Welcome to week 9 of my health and wellness journey, fitness journey, whatever. It's super early in the morning because it's Monday and I have to go to work. And we are 2 weeks into this run of Sherwood. We had a good weekend. We ran the mocktail night this weekend. Again, I'm tired, sorry. And there are kittens under my house and they are screaming. I can always tell when mom is becoming or getting there because then they start yowling for food. So that's what they were doing a few minutes ago. But so back to the important part. I just did my weigh in for the week. I am down to 221.8. The last time I was lower than this was September of last year, and it was 221.4. So it's been quite a journey to get back down to this size. And I'll be honest, when I was working out last year and trying for weight loss, the lowest I even ever got was 221.4. So at this point, I'm at a really crucial point within my fitness journey and everything. And it definitely is, sorry, I've got something about makeup in my eye. It definitely is compounded by the fact that we are into the fair season, which means for the past 2 weekends and now for the following 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weekends, I'm going to be at Renaissance festivals over the weekend, which means it is a lot more difficult to monitor what I'm eating and how I'm eating. On top of that, this is my birthday week. And as I mentioned before, I am not going to be taking my weekly medication this week, simply because completely selfish reasoning. I plan on going to Fogo de Chao for my birthday, and if you're unfamiliar with it, it is basically an all-you-can-eat Brazilian meat buffet. And while I don't plan to eat my weight in beef, it is something that is definitely an indulgence. And it is something that should be like a once or twice a year type indulgence. That being said, if I take my medication, I do know that should I consume a lot of food in one sitting, I will be very, very uncomfortable and sad with myself for a few days because the level of bloating and gas that I will encounter will be monumental. So again, for selfish reasons, I'm going to skip it this week. That'll give me a week and a half between the last dose I took and my birthday itself. So while my body is still in the phase of processing small bits at a time, I think by skipping a dose right now, it will help mitigate the worst of it. And I'll just make sure that I take, some Gas X and be prepared for being uncomfortable for a day or two, just as a precaution anyway. Other than that, because of work situation and fair and everything else, I was unfortunately only able to get to the gym twice last week. I did have my menstrual cycle last week, and it started on Sunday night, Monday. So for those of you that like too much information or even give a shit or don't care myself, the first day of my cycle is usually so incredibly painful that what I would like to do is be sedated and just stay in bed. Unfortunately, that was not an option, as that was this week and next week. I unfortunately have to be in office all 5 days of the week because we have newer associates, and I have to be there to help them out and help out leadership while I'm there. So I had to be in office for all of that. Sorry. Which was absolutely miserable. And I was in so much pain and so uncomfortable that the thought of trying to go to the gym and do anything with my body, well, I know that when I'm in pain, because of it, physical activity does normally help a little bit, because part of that pain is cramps from things moving around and dislodging and all sorts of internal gunk. Doing exercises or being able to float in some warm water usually helps dull the pain, helps makes things go a little easier and smoother. Unfortunately, sometime when you're in pain, and even if you know that that's going to help, there's absolutely nothing you can do. There's just medication didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to touch it. I wanted to just have someone knock me upside the head so I'd pass out and stay that way for 24 hours. So yeah, so only did gym twice last week. I am going to try really hard to get 3 days in this week to kind of make up for what I couldn't do, because even the second day of the 2 days of gym I did, I feel like I kind of just fucked around more than actually actively did anything. I still burned, over 1,000 calories, but just barely. I really aim for 2,000 calories over a week if I can. I'm rambling at this point, but it's hard to keep taking the gummies because, I lack the ability to make a habit. And so when I get off this, I will go take them. And I'm saying that now, and there is still a strong possibility that when I walk in the other room, I'm going to forget that entirely. I'm going to get my shoes on and I'm going to head to work. So here's to hoping that my squirrel brain doesn't kick in and I can remember that one simple task that I need to do. Okay, well, I've got more than one task. I need to also grab a sports bra so I can hit the gym after work, because I'll be honest, if I try to do the gym in the bra I'm wearing now, I will give myself a black eye. And I don't even run. But other than that, it was a pretty good weekend at fair. We had some pretty bad storm roll in Saturday evening, day, 5 to 6 p.m., something like that. And had a possible tornado touchdown. Oh, sorry. Not too far away, but unconfirmed at this time. It did break my brand new canopy, so I'm going to work on trying to get that swapped out. Had a good dinner. It got cold. We were expecting temperatures in the upper 60s. We ended up with temperatures in the low 50s. So a lot of people were very unprepared for the weather. My hoodie that normally lives in my truck was not in my truck. The question is, where is it? I don't know. But it wasn't in my truck. And so I was thinking I was going to have to wrap myself in a blanket in order to run the bar Saturday night, the mocktail bar. Luckily, when I pulled out my bed box, my blanket box from underneath the bed at fair, it had my zip up wrap, which is a heated throw. So I went ahead and popped the battery pack in there and made sure I stayed warm. I did have a windbreaker rain jacket for JP. I did have one of his thinner lightweight jackets, and I had his waterproof warm capelet. So no matter what, JP was covered for warmth. It was just the rest of us that were like, hey, man, we know better. Needless to say, it was wet. It was chilly. It was actually a really good weekend. The weather on Sunday was absolutely fantastic. And just overall, still had a good weekend. Let's hope this week at work goes fantastic. This is the last week I have to be there all 5 days for now. I've got some leadership coming in from Cleveland, and she'll be here tomorrow. Yay, for the rest of the week. And then it's back to the grindstone. I've got a lot of meetings this week too, but otherwise the health journey, little bumps in the road here and there. The hard part about fair is keeping up with eating right, eating well. I unfortunately am out of my protein shakes at this point and won't be able to get more until I get paid at the end of this week. So that's going to be a little bit of a toughie while at work, because that's tricky, but I'm trying to do better about not eating so much fast food or fried food or things like that during the week as well. Which again is tough while I'm having to be on site because we don't have food there. And I'll be honest, I don't want to bring food to cook, because technically I don't have time to. But that being said, that's all for now. If you stayed on this long, I'm so sorry, because this was boring and there really wasn't anything interesting in it. If I had cute pictures of kitty cats, I would send them to you. But I don't. I mean, I do. But I'm not going to try to edit them into this video because No. As you can tell, I don't edit my videos. That's a pain in the butt. It takes forever. And if I don't have time to eat right, I definitely don't have time to edit YouTube videos right now. So, yay. I might upload a few things pretty soon, some smaller videos, maybe some shorts. But that being the case, I just noticed how weird my chin muscles actually move. And I blame that on the fucking bad scar I have on the bottom of my chin and about a staph infection from my youth. So that's weird. I'm going to notice that forever now. Cool. All right. Bye.